Don't you know this was one of the 19 churches that
Right.
was dedicated to St. Bridget? They are obsessed with this number. And the thing is, it just so happens that she's got 19 people doing the fire. Yeah, there's only 19 churches dedicated to her. Anyway, today one topic I'd like to go on, because there's many people who've asked about Scotland, Ireland, England and Wales, Gaelic or Celtic history. So this is very interesting. Like there's many comments, like from this, I don't know if it's a gentleman or a woman, but it says um, just in Skeen, or it could be just in Skeen. So I'm not sure if it's male or person. It says my family Skeen from Scotland, etc. And they're talking about Gaelic, Hebrew, and Arabic, and many other things. Here is let me show somebody else. Many people have shown interest these things, but unfortunately, they're talking about the original Gaelic language was understandable over all continents, and people are talking about Irish history. Many people have not checked into it, done a mathematical analysis, like Flamenco has done a global mathematical analysis, yes, of world history. But the mathematics is interesting. Unfortunately, for many people, I will describe Irish history to you with one number. What number do you think could describe Irish history?
Could
I
it
will let
be?
you choose the number.
Well, of course, it could be the 33, but if I'd find another rhyme, I'd say the 19 takes a dime. Or however.
Yes, 19 just gives it all away. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, the entire history of Ireland is a joke. It's a total joke. I'm very sorry. Yes, very sorry. Now, let's start with the beautiful history. I don't know maybe if you're aware of it or not, but in England, Australia, Canada, United States, many people are obsessed with Irish history. I love it. Prince Tristan and Isolde. I mean, even there's the French versions, and many people say it's French history or continental
I was
history.
about to
Finn
say, it
McCool.
also doesn't it
Yeah.
also kind of remind of some German sagas and so on?
Ah,
Even just
yeah,
the
yes,
names.
they're exactly the same with modified names or Viking
Oh
sagas. The
no,
history
not
is all,
again, not again, David.
yeah,
Yes.
but it's so beautiful. I remember when I read Finn McCool, I just loved the history. I remember, this is my pronunciation. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Cuchulain, the Hound of Ulster, or in French, Le Chien de Ulster. Cuchulain, um, or Cuchulain, or something. I loved his history of, the High Kings of Erin, or the High Kings of Ireland, and the history of Cornwall, Cornish history, Lorna Doone, these classics, they're so amazing, these English classics, if anybody's read them. Prince Tristan, he was so cool, it's like, I don't know if anybody's into them. But let's get down to the nitty gritty of Irish history. Newgrange. Yes, these are, amazing sites. Yes, in Ireland. For example, yes, this is in County Meath in Ireland, and it's just overlooking the River Boyne. Remember the River Boyne, it's very important. Yes, now this place is a Grand Passage tomb. They're going to say it's from 3000 BC, older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids. And it is a monument of Bruna Boyne, named after the River Boyne, Bruna Boyne, yes, etc. Yes, and it's got burial mounds, etc., and everything, and it's a very important place in Irish history. You see? Yes?
I've heard
Yeah.
of it, yes.
Are you sure you've heard of it? Yes,
Yes,
it's like
I think it's also
it's
supposed to have a special alignment with the sun or something like this, or a special.
and all these things. Let's not worry about that. It's just I love this history of Ireland. It's like the moment when you get into the nitty gritty and the details of these places, you soon start to think, oh no, I've had enough. In fact, I'll let you read this.
This is from Encyclopedia Britannica. From the entrance on the south side, a narrow passage 60 feet or 19 meters long and faced with massive slabs, some of them also incised with complex patterns, leads into a small chamber at the heart of the grave. Here, presumably, the bodies of important people, possibly the local priest kings, were interred. In midwinter between December 19 and 23, about the winter solstice, the rising sun shines for a few minutes along the passage and into the burial chamber deep inside.
Yes, keep going.
The grave was afterward called the Palace of Oengus, son of the Dagda, the chief god of pre-Christian Ireland. The Vikings raided the monument in the 860s. Since then it has
Okay,
remained,
that's it.
yeah.
So now, in Irish history, what do we find? Oh, this place, it's amazing. 19 meters long. Yes, or the measurement just happens to be in modern measurements. Yes, and then it's aligned with the sun so that the sunlight goes through this 19 meters tunnel on this starting on December the 19th. And the Vikings, basically raided and trashed this place. Yes, so we got the Viking history on all of these things. Yes, and so the thing is, and you will notice what it describe 1/3 of 100 in numbers. What number is it? 35?
No, 33.3 periodic.
33. Ah, 33. So now you could read this. Yes. The passage stretches.
The passage stretches for 19 meters, 60 feet, or about a third of the way into the center of the structure.
Ah, so it stretches 19 meters, and this 19 meters is around 33% into the center of the structure. Yes. Ah, well. If anybody wants to know about the 19, the thing is, it's going to take too long to go into it here. Yes, some people are saying he's hiding information. I've not. I've told people. Yes, I'm not hiding or misleading. The information for the 19 is in Secrets of Kabbalah, and 33 degrees is clearly explained in the book 33 degrees. Yes, but whoever built it on purpose built it with those measurements. You see? Yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So this is not a joke. Yes, these people aren't joking. Now, why would you do this? Yes?
The only
You
thing
see?
it reminds me of is Stonehenge, where even I saw documentation how it was rebuilt like two times, and it's, yeah, that this is
Oh,
also more
how
of
many
a recent
stones were
thing.
there originally for the horseshoe of Stonehenge?
Oh, probably 19.
19. Yes, for the blue horseshoe part. And they brought the stones from how many kilometers away to build Stonehenge?
330 or 33 or something.
19
Oh no,
kilometers or
okay.
19
All
miles
right.
away.
All right.
I think this is in my book, Ancient
Yeah,
Egypt Did
yeah,
Not Exist.
probably yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's in my books. But anyway, you could read this. So now about this Newgrange, this place.
Oh,
What do we
again.
find around
Okay.
the place?
A total of 19 stones belonging to satellite sites near Newgrange contain decorations.
So they've got 19 major stones or something like this surrounding the place. You see? And so this is like the main history of Ireland. Yes, you've got to start from Newgrange, the High Kings of Erin, the Kings of Tara. It's like it's a romantic story. If people don't know it, Irish history, I don't know how to describe it to them. Here you go. Everywhere you go, the 19-meter long inner passage leads to the cruciform chamber. Yes, so it's like that's that. It's like it's whoever built it did this on purpose. So now Newgrange, this place is located. Where is it located? Where will you find this in Ireland exactly?
19 kilometers or 12 miles southwest of Tara, royal city of the High Kings of Ireland.
Yes, keep reading.
The river Boyne curls its way around the land to form a bowl about 5 kilometers, 3 miles wide, and 1.61 kilometers, 1 mile deep.
Okay, we're going to go through the Boyne and all these other things, the River Boyne, the bridge on the Boyne that they built, yes, with the 19 arches or something I've forgotten, but soon you're going to see everything. It's just a pathetic joke, yes. That the thing is, it's a pathetic joke. The more you look into this. So now, Newgrange. Let's find out. When this tunnel was built. Let's have a look. You could read this.
Decorated slabs across an entrance to a passage grave. The print showcases a beautiful decorated slab that spans across the entrance of a passage grave dating back to the 33rd century BC, located at Newgrange.
33rd century BC. So
Yeah,
that's how
as if
we
they would
know.
know, of course, yeah.
Yes. Well, the thing is, this is just it. If you don't check the history, you won't understand it. So it started in the 33rd century that they started building these ancient Irish monuments. So Bruna Boyne, this place here, you could read this. Yes,
The site is
I,
dominated by the passage of Newgrange, Noath, and Douth, built during the 32nd century BC.
yes. So it started in the 33rd century BC, but there's Newgrange and there's North, Doth, and there's North. Yes, those are the English words. I'm not sure how the Irish say it. So now the thing is, the hill of Tara, which is 19 kilometers or miles away, yes, from this location. Yes, the royal city of Tara, where the high kings of Ireland used to be, 19 kilometers away. Yes, this is like the romantic history. I was crazy about this when I was a kid. Yes, so the hill of Tara, noticed it sounds like the name Torah. Yes,
Mhm.
and the thing is, Torah. This is the ancient seat of power of Ireland. You see, and it's so special. This place on a clear day, you could see half of the counties of Ireland from the hill of Tara. So it's a beautiful, special place. Yes, and so when we check Irish history, yes, the Irish followed a calendar, and of course, this is what they'll tell us. Yes, of course, they'll give us their falsified documents, but they're going to tell us that the Irish calendar was based on a calendar that's called Naoidechta or something, which means
Literally meaning 19.
yes. So they're saying they followed, the lunar calendar, which basically means 19. Nobody follows the lunar calendar today, very much. I mean, a big way, except basically in a big way, is basically the Muslims. Yes, the Jewish people follow a lunar calendar combined with the sun, by the way. Many people are not aware of this. But the thing is, both calendars, including the solar calendar, are equally amazing, all three of them. Yes, and if anybody understands the mathematics of the calendar, they're based on 19 and 33, all these calendars. Or to understand them a bit more, like your clock is 60 seconds. Yeah, many people don't realize that's based on 19. That's in my book, Secrets of Kabbalah. Yes. And the Jewish festivals, the Christian festivals, Islamic festivals are based on 19 and 33. What they've done is followed these numbers and they've set up the festivals, beautiful dates to choose from. For me personally, I think all three calendars, depending on your location, actually have special dates that you could call spiritual, and they're scientifically created. Yes. Many of these dates are very good if you want to be spiritual on these amazing scientific dates whereby bodies in the sky, the sun, moon, and astronomical calculations, they're amazing. Like Rosh Hashanah is coming up very soon, and the Muslims just had a festival. The full moon, the last full moon, I noticed it was very spiritual. It was for you could see it for clearly for 3 days and 3 nights from England anyway. Well, I'm not sure about the days. I didn't notice a daytime, but anyway, north. So north is surrounding. Um, it's in the Newgrange and it's in the Boyne area. Yes, from the hill of Tara. So what do we know about North?
Also revealed were a total of 19 satellite tombs, smaller passage graves, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, etc. So this New Grange and other places. So there's something strange about it. There's something to do with the number 19. And so now in Newgrange North, they're all interrelated. People will have to go and check them themselves. The website's not open, so the full information there isn't clear. But about the Newgrange Passage Tomb and the Wedge tombs that are around the place, there's 300, you can read it, a total of
387 wedge tombs.
yes.
They are known in Ireland, but only 19 examples have been excavated. Oh, surprise.
They only wanted to open up and excavate 19 of these graves throughout Ireland out of 387 wedge tombs, according to what they found. And maybe they found a few more wedge tombs now, but God knows. Yes, and the thing is, so now let's see what we have beside Newgrange. And what we have beside Newgrange, you could read this.
The Mound of the Hostages is the oldest visible monument on the hill of Tara, one of the most famous places in Ireland. The mound, which encases a megalithic tomb built before 3000 BC, was used as a place for the deposition of human remains for more than 1500 years after its construction.
Well, the Mound of Hostages seems like yeah, is the oldest visible monument on Tara. So it's a special place. From there, you can see um, you can see half the counties of Ireland that they say things like this. And so let's let's investigate this mound. Yes. Um, so let's see this Tara. You know, Tara. You could see it. You could read it yourself.
Building a lineage from the past. There are 19 early Bronze Age burial deposits in the mound.
Wow. Oh, excuse me, Raphael. I forgot to ask. Unfortunately, the viewers will have to excuse me if you want to delete this from the recording. But are you wearing your glasses?
Yeah, it's not helping, David. It's making it worse wearing the glasses.
Are you sure it says 19?
I'm very certain it says 19. It's even spelled out in letters, actually, so it's maybe a bit more clearer.
Maybe this evidence isn't good enough. Let's go through some Oxford academic journals. Yes. So you could read it from here.
Icons of Antiquity, Remaking Megalithic Monuments in Ireland from Oxford Academic. There are 19 early Bronze Age burial deposits in the mound.
Ah,
Predominantly dating down to the second half of the
of the
19th century BC. That's
BC.
amazing.
So they're from the 19th century BC, and there's 19 of them. Are you sure it says 19th century BC? It'll be embarrassing if you're not wearing your glasses. We're gonna have to, start all over again. Are you really wearing your
It's
glasses?
it'd rather be embarrassing if they made a mistake, but no, they very deliberately put 19th century BC there,
Yeah,
which of course is great because with the time so far back, you can make up any number anyways. So they didn't even have to put up any more stones or whatever else as for
yes.
the other
So
things
let's have a look
or
at the hill of
decorations.
Tara. These stones, People are visiting them. People really believe this was the High Kings of Ireland seat. It's 19 kilometers away. And then when you get 19 kilometers away, you arrive at the other place where there's a tunnel 19 kilometers. And then at the other side, there's 19 satellite tombs. Here they found 19 mounds. Sure, guys. Yeah, you know, yeah. And so the thing is, it sounds like it's just just bogus history. They built these things, they put them there to make anybody believe in these things. Like, for example, now Ireland is well known, and so is England, to have these amazing crosses. You must have seen them. They're throughout Northern Europe, these crosses, many of them. And they're telling us they're
Oh
very
yeah,
old.
this image is
Yeah?
popular, yes, this type of cross.
Yes. So this is a high cross. They're saying, over 1,000 years old. And there's two other high crosses in Ireland. This is one of the main ones. But this is the most impressive surviving example of early medieval Irish stonework. This is the most impressive.
Or so they say.
Yes. So this is what they tell us. There's many tourists going visiting these places. Yeah. So the thing is, let's just have a look at this cross. And so, if you just search online, this is what they're going to tell us. You could read this.
Another possibility is that the high cross may refer to, I'm not sure how to pronounce this,
Yeah. Well, anyway, the
Muradag
dimensions.
Mac Cathail, a king whose territory included the site of the monastery. The cross measures about 5.8 meters or 19 feet high, including the
Wait a
base.
minute. I'm not wearing my glasses. I think it says 15 feet.
It says 5.8 meters, which apparently is 19 feet.
So it's 19 feet high, this cross. Ah, yes. Um, Nothing suspicious about this. So the thing is, people are thinking this is, centuries old Irish history. Yes. And so this is what they're telling us. You could study about this, and they're saying that the island has about 33 of these crosses. Many historians say, some say 32, but it's about 33. Like, if anybody wants to read this, it goes on and on. Has 30 surviving examples of high crosses, but they say it's about 33, depending on your opinion. Is it damaged that much, or is it not damaged, or is this supposed to be a cross, or is it not supposed to be a cross? So you could see that there is, you could see this 19 stands out. Yes. And so here is a piece of Irish history. The thing is, this talks about, I forgot which house, that some famous, the architect of the White House in the United States. If you want, you could read this very fast. Yes.
To my eye, this house is extremely interesting as it resembles in several aspects the work of James Holborn, the Irish-born architect of the White House. By the way, to anyone listening for whom the presentation isn't fast enough, YouTube gives the option to speed up by 1.5 or even 2. Though even when I'm listening to David, I regularly, at least the first time, listen back in the usual speed. Like the
I
sea,
didn't know.
huh?
Even I didn't know you could speed it up.
Yes,
Thanks
yes.
for telling me.
Yes, yes, through
Yeah.
the settings. I mean, when I edit, I listen in double speed, but that's because the first time I already listened to you here properly.
Oh,
But yeah, I'd be curious if anyone listens on higher speed, comment and let me know. I want to know who can do that on the first listen. Anyhow, so like this, continuing, like the Sea House at Kilmore, Holborn's initial 1792 design for the White House was 3 stories tall and featured a decreasing 5-4-3 vertical pattern of panes or panels, I'm not sure, in the fenestration. It also had ceilings 19 feet high on the entry floor, a quirk which was
okay.
blah blah. Okay.
So, so we can see this from the House of Kilmore, and they're saying the White House was originally supposed to be built that way. But they want you to know this information, and this is the information that they are telling us. You see? So now, if we check through many of the important things in Irish history, there's many things. We'll go through some things in detail, some things in very short. For example, yes, there was a battle um, with the sons of Oliol Olum. Yes, yeah, and that involved how many of the sons of Olium Olum were involved in this so-called ancient battle? I've forgotten what this battle was.
Must have had many sons because in this battle, 19 sons
Yes,
were involved.
and the thing is, I've not got it here, but people could read this. There's another thing about Irish history that's famous, that there's 19 kings from the time of Roth, Mac Riogwyl, the Druid, and etc. And it just goes on. I've forgotten that, but if I have the information in front of me, I'll bring it out. Now, one of the most important saints of Ireland is called St. Bridget or St. Bridget. Yes, and you could read this, the story of St. Bridget and for the magic spells. Yes, you could use them yourselves, the magic spells of St. Bridget. Yes?
Spells invoking Bridget take 19 days. For instance, lighting a special candle dedicated to her for 19 days along with prayers of supplication.
Yeah, they say you could, witches and other people, if you want, and, learn these stories of St. Bridget. And the thing is, it takes, how many days did you say it takes?
19 days.
I'm just making sure. Well, anyway, so you could read this.
19 Days of Bridget, a Druid Way. St. Bridget, or the practice of 19 days of magic, focused on devotion to the goddess saint. 19
Yeah,
days.
yes. So the thing is, people can study this, and the thing is, so Saint Bridget, they give her the name Saint Bridget of Kildare, and they say that in Kildare there was a fire for Saint there. Anyway, and so how many maidens kept the fire in Kildare lit all the time?
19 maidens over 19 days.
How many maidens?
19 maidens over 19 days.
Ah, so, 19 days as well. There's two 19. Sorry, this is a bit too confusing for me. It's just difficult for me to hear that same number again and again and again. Yes. So let's just go have a look. So Bridget's number, what is her number now?
Bridget's number is 19, so therefore consider continuing a ritual for 19 days.
Yes. And so just to make sure, in case people think it's just made up history, Bridget's fire, how many women or maidens or nuns or whatever looked after the flame? How many was there?
In Bridget's time, the number of the nuns who tended the flame was 19.
Now, what's very important is there is a man called Gerald of Wales. He wrote about Irish history around 800 years ago. Yes, Gerald of Wales himself stated that there were 19 nuns. Yes, Gerald of Wales is important. Please don't forget that, because he writes a lot about Irish history. And a lot of what we know is based from him. And they're telling us that these documents are old. You see? Yes. And so the thing is, they're telling us that these women nuns or maidens, yes, they weren't just normal girls, but what type of girls looked after the fire?
Well, the virgin priestesses, and it also kind of reminds me of the whole Roman story, no? Also having a flame and a temple with maidens. It sounds like a very similar story, like ancient
Yes,
Rome.
the fire. Yes, and since you've mentioned the fire, it's not just the story that matters here. Yes, remember, I pointed out to you that when they're falsifying history, the 33 and the 19 and fire in the 33 degrees, the shin and the worship of the fire, that's why they put it in the stories. Do you see it now? Do you see the connection?
hmm
The shin and the jinn. You see? Yes, if you go back and refer to the book and understand it more, you will start to, yes, to understand this more. So now the Sanctuary of Bridget is an organization in the modern day because people want to remember Saint Bridget, and they set up their own flame, so that they can do new practice. Today, modern day Saint Bridget, this is a modern day one, and they set up their first flame. When was it lit?
Let me guess, it was on the 19th. Let's see. Oh, it was on the 19th. It's December 19th, 2019. Well, of course, they,
Yes,
they keep the tradition, of course.
yes, and the magic. If people really want to see this, you can go to their website. Welcome to the Sanctuary of St. Bridget's Flame Keeping Circle, Sisters of the Flame. Our first flame was lit on December the 19th, 2019. They chose these dates, you see? Yes. And so the thing is, who is this Sisters of Bridget? Yes, it's an organization that's USA based, goddess orientated, informal collective of magical women with a focus on community and individual service. It's because many people now really believe this is Irish history or ancient Anglo Saxon history. Yes. And so another thing is, now that you've read um, um, 33 Degrees and what's that other book, Secrets of the Kabbalah, you will understand why it's in the shape, yes, in this shape, yes. It's in the shape of basically a cube, the altar, you see?
Mm.
Yes. So if people want to understand this, they'll have to read those two books. And so now what we're shown is that where the flame was, it was in that place there, basically. Yes, in the picture that I've sent, that you can see on the north side of St. Bridget's Cathedral, the restored foundations. A lot of it is restored. Yes, and that the fire was still burning and whatever in the 12th century. But it's supposed to have been, you know, around there or somewhere. And the thing is, here is an aerial view of St. Bridget's Cathedral. Yes. And have I sent you the aerial view? Yes. It just looks like a factory that's been modified and converted into a church or an abbey
Mm-hmm.
or a cathedral. And that's the tower, like in many other places, and so they're telling us this was the fire temple. Yes, that's similar to the shape of a cube or rectangle cube. I'm not sure of the exact measurements. Yes, and so we've got these things. So now the thing is, when we from Ireland, let's go to England. Yes, and the history of King Arthur. Yes, and Glastonbury. Yes, and all these other places are connected. So the Isle of Avalon, Glastonbury, has a long tradition. People say Glastonbury is the Isle of Avalon, where King Arthur went to after his last battle. Yes, so this is what we're told. So now, when we go to Glastonbury, what we will find is that the history of Glastonbury is totally suspicious. In fact, you can read this. The goddess of Glastonbury.